Thanks for joining me today. This is Danny and welcome back to my FTB Infinity series. Today we are going to be doing actually a couple of things. One of the things that I wanted to do today is to play around with solar expansion. This is obviously a solar mod that provides solar power. Not that we really need more RF, but it's just something that I've been wanting to do, to play around with. But basically, we've got these different solar panels. Starting with leadstone and then going to hardened. So it's basically the same progression that you have with thermal expansion, from leadstone to hardened to redstone to resonant, advanced, and then ultimate. And of course, I want to make the ultimate. This is a solar panel that will give us 32,768 RF per tick with solar power. So that is pretty awesome. That is way more power than we are normally using, so we'll definitely be able to store that power as we collect it during the day. However, it is going to take a really long time to make these, and most of it, I'm going to set up the autocrafting. I've already started to set up the autocrafting, and I'll kind of show you what I've done with that. And then we're going to just be waiting for a really long time for it to autocraft, because it's going to take a very long time to autocraft. In fact, at this particular moment, I'm autocrafting a resonant solar panel just so I can set up the autocrafting for the advanced solar panel. And this thing has been going on for like 10 or 15 minutes now. And oh, it's done. It's done. Okay, cool. So I guess before we go to the next level, and then actually let me tell you what we're going to do then. While we're waiting for that, I'm going to do some building while we're waiting for that to autocraft. A few episodes ago, I started building a road, a little transportation network. Just for fun. Obviously I can fly and teleport and all that, so I don't really need a transportation network, but I just thought it would be kind of fun to have this transportation network that gets me from place to place. I built this ugly bridge here, and I'd like to make a nice looking bridge here. Now, I have actually never really done that before in Minecraft. I've never really spent a lot of time on building a really nice bridge. That's kind of what I plan to do. I mean, I've made a few like very basic arch bridges and stuff like that, but I want to have a decent looking bridge here, heading into our little farming district or whatever you want to call it, and then maybe a little bridge here, just maybe a little kind of a quaint little stone bridge. I'm thinking for this spot, maybe a wooden bridge, I don't know, we'll see. And then this is going to be the big one over here. This is kind of my server's having a little trouble keeping up with all my moving around. Over here, I want the road to come down this way and then cross over so that it can head over to our lighthouse. I mean, I know lighthouses are usually isolated, but we're going to have a road going to this one. And this is kind of where I plan on having the bridge cross. So the road's going to kind of come down and curve off in this direction and then over here, and then it's going to cross here. So this is a pretty large gap. The water is very deep, so we're not really going to want to have, I mean, it wouldn't look right if we had like supports going down into the water in the middle. So I'm thinking of doing some, like maybe an arch bridge. Before we get started with that, let's just let me show you what I've got set up here for auto crafting for this stuff. So first of all, if we look at the recipe for the ultimate solar panel, we will see that it requires 8 advanced solar panels. And each advanced solar panel requires 8 resonant solar panels, and so on and so forth. So when we get down to the leadstone solar panel, we are going to need 32, because 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 times 8, wait, no, 8 times 8 times 8 times 8 times 8, so 8 to the 5th power is 32,007, actually it's how much power? It's 32,768 leadstone solar panels that we're going to have to make. I'm pretty sure we have all the resources we need, but when we get that far, we'll be able to see exactly how many resources. So each one of these leadstone, so that means, 32,000, that's like almost 100,000 of these photovoltaic cells we're going to have to make, and leadstone solar cores. And then each one has its own core that we have to make. I've already set up the autocrafting for these because they are relatively easy, but it's a typical thermal expansion recipe where the ultimate requires the advanced, and the advanced requires the resonant, the resonant requires the resonant, blah blah blah. So we obviously you would not make this if you didn't have auto crafting. I mean, unless you were unless you like torturing yourself. So we're going to need, you know, about 100,000 steel nuggets, and we're going to need about 300,000 iron nuggets. Now I ran into a little problem here. Oh, and then we're also going to need about 300,000 lapis shards. So that's just, so about 100,000 lapis. We'll see what we have and what we need. We may need to set up our quarry again. I haven't run a quarry in this world for a very, very long time, just because I have so many resources. But now I have a reason for wanting more resources. So we'll see. Once we get this auto crafting set up, then we'll see exactly what we're going to need. Because I don't know exactly quite yet. But we made this resonant, so that should be there. Actually, let's look at... Oh, something to keep in mind. Just one little caveat that I ran in, because mostly this is pretty straightforward. It's just crafting. But to kind of give you a sense of what kind of crafting we're talking about here, these first two rows in my molecular assembler are all for this recipe. And that's only stuff that I had to set up today. A lot of other auto crafting we already had, you know, like for Enderium. I've got auto crafting set up for Enderium. I've got auto crafting set up already for Electrum, for Invar. And these are very expensive materials, so this is not going to be a cheap endeavor. But you can see all the stuff that I had to set up for auto crafting. And everything works great except for the iron nuggets. When you make an iron nugget in the Infinity pack, you end up with Thaumcraft iron nuggets. Now normally when you set up your blank pattern, or when you set up your pattern, you can say, hey, ore dictionary substitutions are cool. You just click on this and it says allow substitutions of input components. If that's kind of glowing, like right now it's preventing it. If you click it again, you see that it's allowing it. So normally this would be cool, right? But it doesn't work with iron nuggets. And that's some kind of a bug in applied energistics or limitation or whatever that hasn't been addressed yet. But now if you look at this recipe, it goes through all the things and it even brings up Thaumcraft. But if you set it up, oh, see now because I have the Thaumcraft ingots, but it was giving me immersive engineering before when I set up this recipe. So you'll have to make sure that when you set up the recipe for the blank pattern, actually, what am I missing? Let's just set this up so that we can kind of see what we're talking about here. And yes, with NEI, you do have to shift click. I always forget that now that I've been using JEI, where you don't have to shift click. So when we set up our recipe, by default, I ended up with something other than the Thaumcraft iron nuggets. I think I ended up with the immersive engineering ones. I don't remember exactly, but you'll have to get rid of those and replace them with the Thaumcraft before you set up your pattern. Otherwise, it'll just say, hey, I don't have any iron nuggets, and so we can't do this. That fixes that. So now let's just set up our next layer here. So we now have a resonant solar panel. We need to set up auto crafting for the advanced now. Okay, that works. Okay, so we had an advanced solar core. But now we have to, in order to set up the ultimate, we have to make an advanced. So that's what we're going to do right now. So I'm going to put the advanced in here. And we're going to make it the advanced solar panel. Now, let's see what kind of resources we're going to need. Now we already have one resonant solar panel. It's going to have to make 7 more. And in order to do that, it's going to need over 11,000 glass. Wow. In order to make 32,000 glass panes, 7,831 iron ingots, 3,500, and then we're gonna have to multiply all this stuff times 8 in order to make our ultimate solar panel. You know what? I actually think we're going to have enough. Refined 3 Enderium. Okay. So the Enderium cost isn't that great. That's cool. All right, so that gives us a sense of what this is going to end up costing us. No crafting CPUs. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, so I need to upgrade one of our crafting CPUs because none of our crafting CPUs can handle a 236 megabyte crafting recipe. Okay, so I've got 4 64K crafting units over here. So that should allow us to do this. Hooray! Oh boy. So this is saying it's going to take over an hour. It's probably going to take more than that. I'm going to try a couple different things here, but what I'm planning on doing is having 2 large concrete supports, one on each end, and then having a wooden arch on each side, and then having the road pass through the arch, sort of, like, but I'm not sure if these are exactly the concrete blocks I want, but let's just try these. So these are concrete blocks, they're called. Well, that's interesting that it... The road is going to be 3 blocks wide, just like it is up there. We'll try this and see how that works. I think those blocks are going to work. They're chisel blocks. They're called concrete. They're the same. It's actually the same thing I used here. This is concrete as well, but it's a different chisel pattern. Okay, so I think I've settled on these for supports, but I just want to make sure that they're lined up. So I'm going to use the tape measure. We're going to click in the center of that, and then click in the center of that, and we should see that we only have east-west. Okay, cool. No north-south. So that means they should be level. So 36 blocks from there to there. That means there's 34 blocks in the gap. Okay, this is palm wood. I think I'm going to go with that. And carpenter slopes. So somehow I'm going to try to make like a curve here, like an arch. Obviously, it's not going to be a perfectly rounded arch because we only have triangles and squares to work with. But that's better than only having squares, I suppose. Alright, I am using the building guide from OpenBlocks, which has changed quite a bit since the last time I used it. It's actually pretty cool. There's no mystery to it anymore as far as like how to configure things. You just shift right click on the top to change the shape that you want. So I've got a dome, and then you've got these little plus and minus things on the sides to increase the distance in this direction and that direction, and you can increase all the different directions independently. That is pretty cool. So now we can go off in this direction, so I'm going to click this plus sign. 2 more. There. Now I think I want it to come down 1. I'm guessing this is coming down. Nope. Oh, we went over this way too far. I ran into a little problem here in that I have an even I have an even number, so there's no center. I've almost got the first arch done. That's, well, it's about the closest to an arch that I can get, so we'll see. I think it'll work. Yeah, I'm kind of liking how this is coming along. I can't help but think about what I could do with this if I had chisels and bits. So I may have to do a bridge in my 1.9 world. Actually, I was planning on it anyway. This actually doesn't look too bad, I think. Hooray! Look at that. Oh, it covered the whole thing. That is nice. Yeah. Nice. I like that. Yeah, so it's a wooden bridge. When you're driving across it, it's gonna go clunk 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 clunk. Imagine that. Now we have to do supports, because we've got this archway, but it's not doing anything at the moment. So I have to figure out what I'm going to have on the outside here to kind of grab on. I'm thinking I'm just going to use... I was going to say I was going to use fences, but I could actually use carpenters. I mean, not carpenters. I could use microblocks, the posts. That might actually work. But the one nice thing about fences is that they would kind of grab onto the side here. Let's see, what kind of fences do I have? Treated wood fence, another brick fence. You know, treated wood fences might actually look decent here. Let's see. Let's see. We did something like. Nah, I don't really like that. You know what? Maybe I do. Yeah. See, it kind of grabs on. It almost looks like. I don't know. That might actually work. I think this will work. Yeah. Yeah, I think this will work. Hooray. This is the treated wood. Of course, it's a little more expensive because it requires the creosote oil, but you know, it kind of makes sense that you would use treated wood on a bridge. You don't want the wood rotting away on you. There we go. Now we need to connect them together somehow. So I made some treated wood posts. This is just planks with the saw. So I just cut them down into post microblocks. Thinking if we do something like this, it should work. Okay, I like that. Our crafting is still going on. It's been several hours and it's still crafting. It's just crafting that one. The one advanced solar panel. And we have to do 8 of those. So we'll see how that goes. But let's take a little ride now. Wait, no, this way. Okay. So we can see our new bridge. So I built the road to the bridge. Okay, let's slow down a little bit. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. It's kind of basic, but we've got our... At the same time, it's kind of realistic looking. We've got our concrete supports over there, and then our treated wood stuff there, and then this road just ends here. It doesn't make it all the way out to the lighthouse yet. We'll have to do that some other time. But let's get out. Actually, let's park on the bridge. There. Oh, we're flying. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with how this turned out. I did a few kind of finishing touches. I added angles here to the supports. So it's kind of your typical arch bridge. You've got the supports on either end, and then you've got the archway being supported by the main supports, and then you have your cables that are supporting the platform with the arch. Then I added the railings using the same material, the treated wood. Here we go. I'm just going to make sure this is all horse compatible, and we do have this railing here, just like on the other side, that the horse cannot get over. It can jump over it, but it's in the higher block. It's actually in this block so that it doesn't step over it. And even with our step assist, we won't step over it. One thing I wanted to make sure was that this beam here... Nope, we miss it. Yay! Hooray! Whee! It's definitely horse compatible. And that's the end of the road. This road will lead out to our lighthouse very soon, but I'm kind of out of time for the road right now. But I'm hoping that we can get this solar panel up before the end of the episode. At least one. I don't think we're going to be able to get the big one yet, but we'll set up the autocrafting for that. And then the next time you meet me here, I should have that solar panel up. Let's just take a peek at what's going on right now. We still have 2061 sand or glass. You know what I would really like to do? I'd like to make a quick improvement to our autocrafting down. I run into this problem anytime I'm trying to smelt a lot of something. So what I want to do is I want to set up autocrafting with like an array of alloy smelters. Okay, so what's this mess? I've got 6 alloy smelters. Alloy smelters. 1, 2, 3, and we can expand on this. We probably don't need 6, but yeah, why not? And I've got 6 octadic capacitors, so they're all going to be running at full speed. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be inserting and outputting, in and out. It's going to be its own network. It's not connecting to any of our other item conduits in the network. So we'll do green for insert, brown for out. Why not? Just so that we have 2 separate kind of channels. I'm going to do this on all 6 of these. And we're going to have 2 chests. I just happen to have 2 sky stone chests, so we'll just use these. One of them is going to be an input chest and one of them is going to be an output chest. So this chest we're going to be inserting on the brown network. So whenever anything is done in here, it's going to go into this chest. And then this is going to be our drop chest, basically. So whatever we put in this chest is going to end up going into the smelteries. So we're going to extract on green, always active. So if we drop, let's say, a bunch of sand in here, in this chest, it should get picked up by the first available smelteries. So this one took 3 stacks. Herobrine was here. We now have 2 smelteries running. They've grabbed all the sand. One thing I forgot, we need to change these all to furnace only mode. Otherwise, we're gonna end up with quite clear glass, which is not what we want. Okay, and then we want to take an ME import bus and put it on here, so that everything that gets smelted in here, the final product will go in here, and then it'll get pulled into our ME system. And then on this chest, we want ME interfaces. And we can put them on every side. So that we can fill these all up with recipes for smelting, for basically furnace recipes. So now we need to connect that to our ME system. This ME conduit is actually the one that's going out to our Britannia area, and we're using 12 out of 32 channels, so definitely got enough room for it. And then we'll put a glass cable here. And we should see stuff getting pulled out of here already. Yep. But very slowly, so we're probably going to have to put a speed upgrade in here. Wow, it's really slow. Okay. And then we're going to run this cable. Actually, you know what? We don't need... a broken floor here. I'll just leave that hole there just in case we have to go down there for some maintenance. In the meantime... Okay, I don't think we're actually going to need this. I don't know that we're going to need more than 27 recipes. Yeah, whatever. And we can put one on the top as well. So we could theoretically have up to, we'll see, 36 smelting recipes going into here. I want to take all of my Alloy Smeltery recipes, all of the furnace mode recipes, not the alloys, because of course we can't do alloys there. I haven't really figured out how to do alloys yet with a method like this. Skystone chest, here it is. And this is our 4 interfaces that we have on the Skystone chest. And we can dump all these in there. If we want to smelt 1,000 glass, we can do that. And if we look down here, we should see... Oh, I still want that speed upgrade on there. But we should see that we have a bunch of sand being dumped in here. Okay, it's being dumped in there kind of slowly anyway. So I guess we don't need an upgrade because it is keeping up. Hooray! Okay, so now I'm going to set up... I actually canceled the recipe for the advanced solar so that I could do that. But if we start this again, it should be a lot faster now. Oh, you know what? We already have enough. Yeah, it's definitely going to be faster because we already have enough glass because I crafted a bunch of glass while I was testing that. Our advanced solar panel, which generates 4,096. So that means we can set up our final recipe, which we probably won't even be able to do, but let's just check it out. Let's see if we can do this. Ultimate solar panel, we're going to need an ultimate solar core, which requires all this stuff. Not much. Already have it. Of course, we don't have everything we need for it. This is our final recipe. Let's see what it's going to take. The ultimate solar panel. Now this, we've already... Oh boy. 52,000 sand. Wow. 18,000 lapis. Almost 10,000 refined iron. And this is 7/8 of the recipe because we've already done 1/7 of it. Okay. Refined iron. Refined iron is the same as steel, so we can autocraft that. And 1.8 megabytes. So we would need 30. We would need 30 of these 64K crafting storage in order to autocraft this thing. I mean, we could do it, theoretically. We could make 30, but I'm not going to. I think what I'm just going to do is craft 7 of these, but we'll have to do it one at a time. Yeah, that takes care of that. So I think that's it for today. In the next episode, I am actually going to make a laser drill so that we can gather some more resources so that we can finish our solar panel, because I still want to make that awesome solar panel, but we don't have all the resources we need for it quite yet. And it's going to take some time for me to, well, get them all and to do the crafting. So we did get a lot done today, and it was a little bit of a scattered episode. I hope that's okay. Usually I do try to stay focused on 1 or 2 things in an episode. Yeah, today we built a little bridge. We kind of took we crafted some solar panels, and we took a look at what it's going to take to craft a lot more of them, and a much more powerful one. Next time we're going to make this laser drill, which should be pretty easy, and then we're going to set that up and start gathering some more resources and start moving toward getting that big fat solar panel that will get us lots and lots of RF during the daytime for free. So if you do have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. and join me next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.